What's going on, guys? It's Will with DFS Army, and we're back with another video. Gonna be going over the NFL Week 1 main slate here for Sunday, September 10th. PrizePicks has dropped the board pretty early. We have most of the props, most of the fantasy scores, so that's what we do like to see. Got enough for a video, so gonna be giving 5 picks for this one. Taking a look at how he did for Thursday night. Posted 3 official plays, went 3-0. Jamar Gibbs over 39.5 RR, got 60. Sam Laporta over 20.5 receiving yards, 39. And then MVS second half under 1.5 receptions. Just an easy line. It was like a minus 250 on DraftKings, which I thought was a little extreme, but still, all 3 easily hit. So looking to continue. Great start to the year. So 5 plays for this video. The first one, this is going to be the favorite play for out of the 5, and it's going to be Nick Chubb over pass rush plus receiving touchdown. So you get all of that combined into one prop here. Now Chubb, he's most likely going to be rushing. He's not as involved in the receiving game, even with Kareem Hunt now gone. I don't expect Chubb to really do a whole lot of catching, but Nick Chubb, he's just going to be one of the better running backs in the game here. His odds currently, if you look at books, now touchdown odds, so the touchdown market is a little bit all over the place when you do look at just any site. Nick Chubb here currently on DraftKings is a minus 145. If you look at some other books, there's a minus 135 line all the way up to minus 190. So pretty much every book is saying that he's going to get a touchdown. We're looking for minus 140, just with PrizePick odds, how they work, and that's for 2 picks. And so gonna be giving 5 here, so you don't even need one minus 140 odds. And Chubb on DraftKings, it is a minus 145. But aside from the odds, the good things, as mentioned before, Kareem Hunt not on this team. So Chubb should be able to get more work, should be able to see more snaps, and also just get the ball more. And of course, touches are king here. And for the touchdown, when they do get into the red zone area, it's going to be Chubb. You know, he could do the ground and pound here with this offense. It's just going to carry them when they get into the end zone or in the red zone. And then for the odds on this game, the Browns, they are actually 2.5 dogs. So usually we don't want to see that for a running back, but this is just a touchdown prop. It's not a fantasy score prop, so I'm perfectly fine with that. And also, it's a 47.5 game total, so it's one of the higher ones on the slate. There's going to be points scored, touchdowns scored, and Browns are at home. And I wouldn't be surprised to see the Browns win this game since they are at home with such a close spread. Now, the next play, going to be sticking with this category, Tony Pollard over 0.5. It's kind of similar to Chubb. There's a few little differences, but overall, when you do consider everything, it's a great one as well. So for odds on Pollard, DraftKings has it a little bit worse than Chubb, but when you do, again, look at all the books, it is pretty similar to how Nick Chubb's touchdown odds are. Pollard minus 135 on DraftKings, but you're going to see other books have Pollard at minus 135 to minus 150. So also, just most of the books are saying that he's going to get a touchdown. And when you look at PrizePicks, how they pay it out, it's a good pick to take. Now, for the circumstances for Pollard on the Cowboys, it's similar in that also Dallas does not have someone in that same position. They do not have Ezekiel Elliott anymore. So we could see Pollard getting more touches. And Pollard, in the past, he's shown that he can be just a lot better of a running back than Zeke. And so Pollard now is going to be able to get a full year, all the chances, and this is a good spot to take advantage. Touchdown prop of, again, just anything, rush, receiving, not going to be throwing one, but nice to have in case something weird happens. But the receiving part is really the key here. If you look at Underdog, they actually have Pollard only for rushing touchdown. You don't get that receiving part, but you get both, which is huge here on PrizePicks. So that is the key with this category. And then as for the game total, so now the Cowboys, they are actually going to be the road team here, but they are 3.5 favorites. So when you're the favorite for a running back, you usually do get more touches, and that of course means more opportunities to score that touchdown. And the total, it is at 46, so also one of the better game environments of the slate. Now on to the third pick, switching over to fantasy scores. So we're going to go to Juwan Johnson. Under 8.5, this one actually opened at 8, which I already liked, and now he got bumped up for 8.5, which I have no idea why. His receiving yards line is at 28.5, and he does not have a reception line, but I would say you give him 3. And if you just do that simple math, you plus 3 this, you're going to give him 5.85 fantasy points. So he is about 2.7 off. That would mean he needs to get an additional catch and also the yards that come with it, possibly 2 additional catches, and he's still not going to hit this line. Now, yes, he can score a touchdown. He's a tight end. He is athletic. He could get that touchdown, but the odds are unlikely that he does get that. Currently, he is a plus 290 for a touchdown on DK. And when you look at this New Orleans team now with Michael Thomas back, Chris Olave, stud receiver, Juwan Johnson is at minimum the third option. You really could make a debate about whether Jamal Williams, because Kamara is suspended to start the season, Williams, he could be the option ahead of him, especially if they get in the red zone. They're going to run it. It's Jamal. And then you got Rashid Shaheed. He is a receiver that unlikely to catch a touchdown, but Juwan, his odds are not that great either. And that is the key here. Now, the matchup, Tennessee, they do they're sort of a funnel. They do like to stop the run first, but when it comes to the odds, already factor all of that in, then the options, all the mouths that they have to feed, Juwan just is more of a backseat option. So at 8.5, he pretty much needs a touchdown or else he's not going to go over this. So I do like this under 8.5 quite a bit. And the game total here with the spread, it's only a 42 game total. One of the lower ones on the slate. Just how Titan games usually are, because Titans, they like to ground and pound with Derrick Henry, and they're not a volume passing team with Ryan Tannehill. So slows the game down, and the Saints, if they're going to be playing from ahead, they're going to be home 3-point favorites. They really don't have to do a whole lot of throwing, so that's going to decrease the amount of dropbacks, the amount of targets for Juwan Johnson, this whole Saints offense. So I like the under 8.5 here. And then the next two, they're both going to be from the targets category. First one, Mike Evans, over 7. This one just feels low. Probably should be at least 7.5. I might even take it if it was 8. Probably should be the right line. Now, interesting, Chris Godwin doesn't have one right now, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to realize what kind of life that they're going to be living in after Tom Brady. And Mike Evans is going to have Baker Mayfield throw him the ball. Now, Evans, Godwin, these are talented receivers, but that quarterback play is just such a big drop-off, and it's reflected in the total and the spread here. 5.5 road dogs, and that is a pretty good spread here. That indicates that the Buccaneers are going to be trailing, and that's going to mean they're going to be throwing the ball in the second half especially. And no matter how Baker Mayfield throws, well, we're taking the targets here. So it doesn't matter if he's throwing them accurately or not. We just need targets. So as long as he just throws the ball to Evans, which I expect him to do a whole lot of, and also Chris Godwin, these guys are going to be the guys who just take up all the targets. Now looking at the receptions line, believe they have it up. He's only at 4. Now that also has to speak to the inefficiency of this offense with Baker throwing the ball. Baker probably going to throw one interception, probably not going to be, or not going to have the highest completion rate. So I think Evans can get 4 receptions, but I just like the targets more because of we just don't know how this offense is going to play out after Tom Brady retired. So like Evans, I think 7, he should at least push this one as long as the game's not completely out of hand, or I don't know, something crazy happens like Chris Godwin soaks up 15 targets or something, because Evans at 7 should be pretty good here. He's one of the better receivers in the game, and he's shown it for a long time in his career. Now, it's probably not going to be the best year with Baker again, but at 7 against the Vikings, game sort of, depending on the play of Baker, has shootout potential, but at least the spread indicates that Tampa's going to be throwing the ball, and that's what we want when we're taking it over on a receiver here. So, Evans over 7 targets, and then the last play, going to be Jalen Waddle over 6.5 targets. This one, as you can see, he has a 5 reception line. So you're saying he's going to hit 5 receptions on 6 or less targets, 5 or 6 targets? Is he going to be that efficient? Is Tua going to be that accurate? I don't think so. Now you could say that Waddle's going to get less than 5 receptions, but Waddle, in this type of game environment, I believe it is a 51 point total. This is the highest total on the slate now, and that means shootout potential, or it is going to shoot out rather because of a total above 50. It's just ridiculously high, and as the Chargers, it is a 3 point spread. Now the Dolphins are going to be on the road. They are the dogs here, so just another situation of you take a receiver on the over for targets because they're probably going to be throwing the ball. If they're going to be trailing, that's just how the game goes in the NFL. And at 6.5, I just think this one's too low. Him and Evans are kind of close. I think when you do look at the math, it makes sense for Waddle to be the better play just because his reception line is one higher than Evans is. But I like them both. And Waddle, he and Tyreek Hill are going to be the two that make this team go because they really don't have a lot of depth behind these two. And at least for the beginning of the season, we know Tua is going to be throwing. We know he's healthy. And it's just Waddle, Tyreek, 1-2, and they really don't have much else behind them. So it's just up to them. And I think Waddle 6.5 against the Chargers in a potential shootout, it is just too low. So those are going to be the 5 picks for this week. Chubb, touchdown. Pollard, touchdown. Juwan under 8.5. Evans over 7 targets. Waddle over 6.5 targets. Really like all 5 of these plays. Feels great for NFL to finally be back. Started off great going 3-0 on Thursday. Hopefully we go 5-0 for these 5 YouTube picks. And as usual, more picks will be dropped in the DFS Army Discord. If you guys are interested in checking that out, if you're a sub, they'll be posted as odds come out, as all these lines are up on the board, uploaded for PrizePicks and Underdog, and some other apps as well we are going to be playing for this year. So hopefully we do make some money for week 1 of NFL. Definitely we're all excited for NFL to be back, and absolutely love the slate. Absolutely looking forward to this Sunday. So thank you guys for watching. Going on the slate, and I will see you in the next video.